here and I'll share my screen.
Perfect.
All right. Are you able to see it okay?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Perfect. So events live under services and products, and then events. It'll load here. There we go. So we'll start with the belt test template, but basically there's two different types of events that you can do. You can do a single event that's just one day and one time, and then it's over. And then you can do an event category, where it's multiple days and times and options all nested inside of the same event. So for belt testing, for example, it's a multiple event style event.
Why would I do belt testing as a multiple event compared to like a single event? Like why
Mhm.
do you have yours set up as multiple events?
Sure. So I did mine as a multiple event, because then I don't have to remake the belt test every time we run it because it's something we're going to be running all the time at the school. So I just have the same category and I can just add the new dates as they become available.
Okay. So would I do the same thing with birthday parties?
Yes. So birthday parties could just be one single category of event. And then for each, say, Saturday, for example, that you have it available, you would just add those as options inside of that event so people can pay and sign up for the specific date they want their birthday party to be.
Okay. I'm starting here because from a structural standpoint, I want, all of us to understand the difference here, right? And thanks, Ashley. Welcome from Utah. Pamela from Wisconsin. Glad that you're here. Hopefully it's getting a little warmer for you guys up there.
Mhm.
Let's know. All right, first day of spring officially here today. From a student standpoint, can you show me what does all that you have look like here? Let's go to the checkout screen, maybe.
Sure.
Um,
So I'm hopping
just
over
a
to.
yeah, that
Mhm.
will show me everything, right? Not just a single event. Yeah, maybe that one's good.
Oh, you want just the belt test event?
No, 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 everything, everything that
Everything.
you have.
Okay.
Yeah, like from a customer standpoint, like
Mhm.
I kind of want to understand, like from our operator standpoint, like what would be the difference, right? So, okay, so take me through this. I
Sure.
see birthday parties. I see
Mhm.
like different dates, right? April 5th, April 12th, etc. I see your belt test there.
Mhm.
Piano Star Wars night. That also has a date. Can you click onto that?
Sure.
Okay. Now, is this a single or multiple event, or how's this one set up?
So this one is a single event. So this event has just one start date, one end date. Here's the information for the event, and then they can just register for it directly.
And what is that little up button there? That little like share button on the right there.
This.
Click on that. Yeah.
So this opens up a little pop-up. So it's got a link to the event that they can copy to send out to somebody, or they could share it on Facebook, Twitter, email, any of the options here. But that way, if they wanted to share it with their friend, for example, they could be like, "Hey, can Billy come join us for this event? You can sign up for it here."
Yeah, that's big, right? And we want to make sure that you tell your if you're not educating your users on that button's right there that allows them to easily share the events that they're going from your studio, obviously getting you great free marketing. And it's the best marketing, right? Because if my friends are sharing with me, I'm going to this event, I'm more likely to check it out, more likely to join, giving us more leads. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. So let's go back real quick. Could I do, if I do multiple parents' night out, can I do that in a multi-event as well?
You could, yes. So it could be a category that's just parents' night out, and then each of the options would be whatever different themes you had. So the Valentine's Day night, the St. Patrick's Day night, whatever different options that you wanted to have in that category, it could be done that way.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this real quick, right? If you are setting this up, it depends how you want to see this on a financial reporting standpoint, right? So Megan, can you quickly go back to the your setup here and let's go to the analytics sales. Um, yeah, let's just look at sales here. So if you're looking at sales and I break down my events, let's go break that down here. It depends what you want to see here. Like, do you actually want to see a parents' night out that is Star Wars night? Or do you want to see Parents' Night Out and then all of your parents' night out, right? Income reported year over year, month over month.
Hmm.
This is one of the reasons why you want to think about like how do I want to set up my events and link that back to reporting. Now, we always know that we're going to do Valentine's Day Parents Night Out, and I want to track especially Parents Night Out year over year. There's other ways for you to do that, but from just a high level 30,000 square viewpoint, we want to take a look at this and see, how do we categorize how my belt test, summer camps, birthday parties, et cetera, are going year over year, right? Compared to just one single event. So that's the difference between events that you have that are recurring, right? You want to kind of think about, do I want to put this in a multi um, date event, group event, which is what we do and what I encourage for our team and encourage to do, so that from a financial standpoint, can you switch this to annual, Megan? Yeah. So here, as I look at annually, right, and I break down my events, I can kind of see birthday parties year over year, right? Belt test year over year, etc. And if I do this for a single event, you're going to see all of those different events listed out here compared to just one category. So, um, so just understand that setup that will help you a little bit more. Okay. All right, let's jump back to the setup here, right? So let's go back to belt testing. Can you dive deep into that? Like, how did you set this up and how does this work? How, if you are new and you don't know, Megan was a student of mine. I taught her when she was maybe 8 years old. Eight, was it eight,
I was
7?
11. Yeah.
11. I already
Yeah.
get this. She has two brothers as well that I taught. Um, After school program all the way up. All her brothers and siblings are black belt. She's a second degree black belt. Then she started helping on her after school program. Then we moved her to the front desk. She was kind of like what we call a program consultant, maybe program director, serving that role full time for about 10 years. And then she swapped over to the MyStudio side. And it's leading up our customer success team. So she has a lot of knowledge on how to do this and actually run the school alongside with us. Um, let's talk about belt tests. As you set this up, like, can you click edit on there?
Mhm.
She hasn't tested in a while, Bill, so she needs to get going for a third degree, I think.
Yeah, I got my second degree when I was 18, so it's been a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so here, obviously, subtitle is good. And even with the different dates here, so keep going down. Okay, let's say, is this a rank promotion event? This is a big deal here. Okay, can you click on the little I button? Okay, can you explain this a little bit? Why do you have this put on as yes?
Sure. So when you go to the roster for an event to see everyone who is registered for that event, if we've selected that it's a rank promotion event, you can update the ranks of everybody on that roster all at the same time together. Saves you having to go back and update everybody individually after the fact. So a really easy way to get all their ranks updated. Plus the rank updater will let you customize, this person maybe skipped a belt, this person didn't show up, so I don't want them to go up to the next rank, etc. So you can get just everybody from
So
that
we have
same
so
event
this so
together.
this allows our system to connect this event to our rank management system
Hmm.
post testing. Okay, perfect. So make sure you click that on. Okay. Do we have a bigger video on this, Megan, that we in
Um,
our system or not yet? In the
we've
resource section,
yeah,
maybe?
in the webinar about events, I talked through the rank promotion as part of it,
Okay.
but
If you're not using the MyStudio Resource Center, to go through that. Megan creates some videos on there as well. What does require member login mean?
require member login means they won't be able to register for the event without signing into the MyStudio app first.
Okay. Why is that important? Why would I want to use that?
So, particularly if you wanted to kind of limit who was registering for something, or you wanted to ensure that they had the app before they go to the event, you can require them to sign into it in order to register. Otherwise, if it's turned off, then anybody with the URL can just sign up from wherever, and they might not necessarily be in the app at that point.
And it depends, right? What we want to do here. If I'm opening an event like Parents' Night Out or birthday party, Like I will not turn this on. I don't recommend you to turn that on because it creates an additional step for
Hmm.
people to pretty much pay you and come to your event. A rank promotion testing is a little bit different. Like this is where I would toggle this on. Okay, and let me explain the reason why. These are members that are already in my system. Okay, so these are not like new people looking at my program. These are people that are existing already. And how we design it is that we will take the member's email address as well as the participant name, and that matches it to a particular participant in the system. So if this is, example, turned off, people would then maybe mistype on an email,
Use
mistype
the
their
wrong
customer's
email.
name,
Hmm.
use the wrong email, and then it won't link up, and it provides an additional work that you have to do on the back end to kind of link them up. Also, requiring them to log in as well allows them to quickly just pull up their payment information that's already on file. And it pre-fills their address information, it pre-fills everything in our system. So it makes their checkout process a lot easier, right? Even better, ask your members to sign up for the belt testing on the member app because they're most likely already logged in there. Okay. So this is a pro tip that I really recommend. If you're doing belt testing, make sure you kind of plug this and swap that to yes. Both of these options. Okay. Description, obviously you can write your full description on here. Let's click over to payments. What does this have here in the payments?
Payments is going to be where they can set up billing options if they need to. So like a
You
payment
know,
plan, maybe for a black belt test, since those are a little bit more expensive sometimes. But this is also where they can add discount codes if they've got any. And then my tax and processing fees are not set as global for events, so I can set those here per event as well.
yeah.
Additionally, this is where you can set if the product can only be ordered once per each participant. So each participant is only allowed to join one time to this event, which for most
Okay.
events you'll want.
Perfect. So here you want to set up yes, most likely set up billing. You want to put no there. Discount code is a special one, right? So put here like I don't know, leadership or something like that. Right? Maybe you have a leadership program where testing is fee free, right? Or you have like a premier program where your testing is free. You want to give that discount code to your students so that they'll use that. And the honor code works great here, guys. I mean, we have 6 studios in the Northern Virginia area. We have thousands of students, and I do not have any issues with doing this. Um, so a lot of time we're like, oh, I only want people that are supposed to be there. You're going to see every registration. You're going to see that. And these are people you're seeing like every single week for your members. We teach honesty and all of that in the system, so I really don't have to worry about that. This is like a one-off where I'm buying a retail and I'm I'm running a retail business, then I may be more careful with this, but you're seeing these people over and over again, so they're not gonna use a discount code they're not supposed to, right? Otherwise, it's gonna be a awkward conversation. I don't think people really want that. So registration fields. Um, okay, what do you have here? First name, last name, date of birth, right? You turn the date of birth off because not necessary. Yeah.
It didn't necessarily need it for a belt test, no. Plus, they're already members, that we already have their date of birth.
hmm Age, do we need that?
Not necessarily. I was testing.
You have
Like,
that as well. Okay.
yeah, so
All
could
right.
be removed.
Restriction allergies, I think that's good to have, right? Here you can also do a click edit on the belt size. I want to kind of talk about belt size a little bit here, right? So switch that to instead of short answer drop down, right? So belt size 0, 1, 2, 3, that makes it easier. We are actually adding the ability for you to create custom fields within your participant profiles. And this is launching, I think, pretty soon in about a week or so, where you can pick on that field to make sure that just save this real quick. I know I'm pivoting just a bit because we don't need to put belt size here. Go to all customers and go to setting. Yep. So these are participant custom fields. We're already going to have belt sizes in there. Now, the challenge is like, do you want to capture this information because belt size may change as people age? You're going to be able to have another check mark that says, I want this to be capture at registration. So for example, if you want allergies or anything like that, you literally just add that in every single registration. Um, People will put the information in. If they're current customers of yours already, obviously the current data, the current information that's in our data will show up there, automatically fill once, of course, they log in. So a quick update there. So you don't really need to put belt size in your testing events, right? And that's going to be available in a week or so. Okay, let's go back to events.
Mhm.
Okay, so we set up registration fields. Let's go to single dates now, right? Like, so how do I add different dates, and how do you recommend for me to organize my belt test?
Mhm. So let me get back over to the event here. So the dates slash options are over here on the left. Um, so you can add these individually. So
Why did you
Mhm.
separate three? Why do you have three different things here with different dates? Like
Sure. So
beginner, intermediate, advanced. Like, why did you
So
do
if we
that?
were running group tests at different days and different times for certain belt levels, they could join the specific one that's for their group. Um, I'm a white belt, so I need to go to the beginner level testing, and that's going to be on Saturday morning or whatever that happens to be. Additionally, if you have different pricing for different belt levels, splitting it up allows you to set a different cost for each level. So
Okay,
I certainly see that a lot when I'm helping build out accounts is the different cost for the higher belts.
perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add an option here. Let's edit the beginner level belt testing here. So this is same as adding, right? Um, Put an image on there, start date. We can put a start time on that as well, right?
Yes.
Event capacity. So can you go over what all these? I mean, it's self-explanatory, but
Sure. So the price and compare to price. So compare to price allows you to actually display another price next to the cost and it's crossed out. So great for marketing or promotional things to show like, hey, normally it costs this much, but right now it's early bird, so you're saving $20 if you sign up now. You can use that. Event capacity, obviously, how many tickets you're able to sell for a particular event. If it's blank, it's unlimited. As many people can sign up as you need. And then you can choose how you would like to display the number of spaces remaining for that event, either not displaying anything, showing the exact spaces remaining, showing that number at 50%. So if there are actually 10 spots, it will show 5 left, or just showing generic limited space remaining. So again, great for kind of marketing with that event to kind of create that sense of urgency of, oh, there's only so many spots left. I need to get my ticket now.
yeah, yeah, perfect. Okay.
Capacity back on. Call to action text is going to be the button that they're clicking to go register for the event. You don't need to customize this text if you don't want to, but if you wanted to, say, let's go, you can update what the button says if you'd like.
What is add event video promo?
So this would overlay a play button on top of the image to play a video that you provide the URL for here. So if you had any promotional material or something explaining the event, you could add a video there that they could watch during the checkout process.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then of course I have my description. Let's go ahead and save this.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So that's how we create different dates and different events and things like that. So let's go to the checkout and see what this options look like. And
Mhm.
what does that make private mean? You're clicking on that make private. What does that do?
So I unchecked it so that we can actually see them on the checkout page. But make private means that a particular event will not show on the general URL or on the member app. If it is private, you can only access a private event through its specific URL. So if you
Or
had
the
an invite
staff point of
only,
sale, right?
yes, the staff point of sale can see any private options. But so this is
Yeah.
great for any private events that you don't necessarily want everyone to see. Something
Yeah.
invite
Or
only.
perfect. Okay.
All right, so hopping over here into belt tests now. So when you click on an event that has multiple dates, so before we saw with that parent night out that the dates were right over here, here we have the different options laid out. So they can add as many of the options as they need into their cart. Um, great for like summer camp, adding all the different weeks
What
of the
is
camp.
view more?
I'm sorry?
What does view more do? If I click view more.
You click, oh, here. The view more is going to be where we pull up that image with video, if you've got one, and the description.
Okay. And then you got that button that you customize to let's go, right?
Yes. And you can
Okay.
see the ones that were not customized, they just say add to cart.
Yeah. So you can customize that button and say exactly what you want to say, like sign, register now, etc.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. Let's talk about management of belt testings. So let's go back to the system here. How do I see who is registered for this so far? If they paid or not? Take me through that.
All right, so one of the easiest ways to get to the roster for an event is actually still here from the event page. So for belt tests, for example, I have this view participants button that I can click on, and then it will break down each of the options for me here. And I can view the participants for that specific option. So intermediate, I can see I have one registered. So I'll hit view participants because I want to see who is signed up for that event. You can also get here by just going to all customers events and filtering it yourself. I just really like going from events because it filters it for me right away. So here I can
All
see
right.
Lisa Jones is signed up for this intermediate test.
Okay. Now I see a little rank update or star
Hmm.
button there, right? Now
Yes,
this is only going to show if you have your event ticked on as a bank promotion event, and you have to filter it to that particular event date. Is that correct?
correct.
So going from the event itself by clicking the little people, right? That takes it right here. Can
Hmm.
you click on that to show people what this is? Not many people know about this, and then I have an update for everybody after Megan shows you this that clarifies this a little bit more here.
Sure. So I can see here the participants. This particular participant does not have a membership, which is why it is not connecting. Um, but normally you'd be able to see what membership they have and their current rank.
Okay. So let's say I use the wrong email in this case, like you did here or
Hmm.
whatever, right? How do I connect them to the correct one?
So we're gonna come back out here.
No, stay in the rank updater.
Oh, okay. Let me get back to the event. So again, if you're doing it from the all customer section, it's a live event, belt test. So this is a different belt test, but um, go back to the rank updater.
Okay. All right, so here I have so I say Jack Baker's in there, right? But Jack Baker NA is also in there.
Hmm.
So you got two and also Percy Jack. And what's the difference here, Megan?
So,
Why is one connected and one's not?
mhm. So this is typically going to go back to the email address. So if they signed up with the correct email address, our system understands that this Percy Jackson is the same Percy Jackson that has a membership, and so it's able to associate it with his adult and teen monthly membership. If they were to sign up with a different email address, then our system doesn't understand that this Percy Jackson is the same Percy Jackson that has the membership. So it's not
Okay,
able to connect.
so how do I connect that? Let's say this is gonna happen, right? People use the wrong
Mhm,
email. How do I fix that? You want to click on that student there, right? And you're gonna
mhm,
click the transfer. You see the transfer button that's now available? You're gonna click that now. Okay. What this does is allows you to select the participant that this actually belongs to, right? So there it is. You select that. You can now verify, great, this is the level rank. And what it does is just transfer that registration to the correct customer profile.
mhm. And
Um,
now it says
once,
his membership.
yeah. And you kind of see it automatically tells you the next rank. So click on the dragon one for Jack Baker.
Mhm.
All right, this allows you to really a new rank level did not show, did not pass. So let's just say I said put did not pass and click continue there. Right, you're not going to have too many of this, but you may have no show. But let's just say here is going to show you current rank and then the next rank, right? So Percy Jackson is a brown belt and a red belt. Now you're like, wait a minute, up top it said he was a blue belt. If it's grayed out, that means you've already processed a belt level for him. We're in a
Mhm.
testing environment, and so Megan has a bunch of registration. So if this is a belt testing that you're running, you're not going to really have anything that's grayed out unless you've already processed that belt, right? So let's just for demonstration purposes, say we have a Jack Baker who did not pass and a Percy Jackson who is. I'm going to select all here, that button, right? And I just going to click update rank. There it is. There's two participants,
Yep, and
right?
it'll even tell you that your these ranks, some people's ranks already got updated, so it won't update them again.
Okay, perfect. And we update that,
Oh, they're
and there
grayed
you
out.
go. And that's how you update everyone's rank, that attended that class. Okay. Um, Nick is asking, what is the difference between did not show and did not pass? What does the software do differently?
Either way, it's not going to update their rank, but it will display for next rank for you the different items here. So if you wanted to export that list, you actually have the data now for next rank of who didn't show and who did show, but they didn't pass.
From a note perspective, right? I know when someone updated a bell. So can we go to Percy Jackson or actually Jack Baker, who just did not pass?
Hmm.
Can we go to that particular customer?
Sure.
So go back there. Let's go. Like I want to like what note did we put in for that customer?
So I'm just going to Jack Baker's profile here. And then under his notes here, you can see on March 20th, 11:28 a.m., did not pass for his belt level.
Yeah. And then if it did, the rank level would update. So that's what
Hmm.
the system would do, right? Or did not show, it will kind of put in a note for that particular student to make sure that everything's there. Um, okay. Amanda is asking, is there any way to limit content resources, just as videos from a clinic, to just people who attended the clinic? We do not have a way for you to lock our resource section in the system based on event registration. What you can do is create a hidden or a private membership option for those particular students, put them in there as a free membership, and then you can do it that way.
Yeah, we can
So
restrict
that's
based on membership and based on rank. So,
yeah, but not on event registration. Okay. So Ashley's also testing. What if they register the wrong student to an event and need to change a student to their sibling for testing?
so it's still that same transfer button we looked at, but instead of selecting the same student like we did for Percy, you could actually select the sibling. So you can actually see I did that before. I transferred an event registration from Deku Baker to Jack Baker. Um, so it'll just move it over to the other person for the event, but it's the exact same process.
Perfect. Okay. So we are getting a pretty big update on this. If those of you have seen this on Facebook, in a Facebook group, um, you may see that. I'm going to share my screen if that's okay here.
Oh,
Um,
sure. Let me stop sharing mine.
if you haven't or you're not on our Facebook page, I recommend that because I tend to use that as like good user research and get feedback from our customers. But we are adding a whole new rank and promotion system within our V2 platform. And what that allows us to do is add in eligible students that are here. So for example, I can easily come in here and just add students, right, into this particular list that I
I
have.
can't see your screen.
Did I just stop that? How about now? Can you see the screen now or no?
I do
Let's
not.
try it again. Can you see it
Oh,
now?
now I can, yes.
Okay. So here, I was just saying you can click add eligible students, right? Add them here. It will go into the list. And what this does is it adds people to the list, and then you can actually select the particular participant and invite them to a particular testing. Um, so then this will send out a very nice email or text that says, "Hey, you're eligible um, to start testing," and allows you to see if they've registered, if they're invited, etc. So this is really exciting for us to really take that process that we have in our V1, really elevate that V2. And also you can put in automation as well, um, where you can say, hey, if someone has all of their skills and have met their requirements in time and our class attendant, automatically add them to this eligibility testing list and automatically invite them um, to this event, right? Where you can send out a message to them. Um, Along with printing certificates and everything like that. But that information is coming soon. Okay, so that's things. Next big one is birthday parties. I think Parents Night Out is pretty simple. Can we go through birthday parties? Can I just say who is doing birthday parties right now on this list? I have 25 people. You just put yes, I do birthday parties there. That'd be great. So it will tell me how much time I should spend on this. Great, let's go birthday parties.
Let me share my screen again here.
Steve does not do birthday party. Maybe Steve, you do a adult program only, right? But let's say maybe if you do an adult program, maybe it should be a happy hour, you know, um,
Who says
on
adults
Friday.
can't
Yeah,
have birthday parties? Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, maybe you should do happy hour and bring friends. It's not a bad idea, right? You run your jujitsu or something like that. Come in there. Okay.
So for birthday party events, again, I recommend setting these up as a multiple event so you don't have to redo it every time. Um, so in this case, not a rank promotion event, and we don't necessarily want them to have to log in to do the birthday party, but
Yeah,
same.
yeah. And why don't we recommend that for birthday parties, not member login?
Because if you want to be able to promote to non-members, you don't want someone to have to commit to creating an account or downloading an app in order to register for the birthday party. You're just adding an extra barrier of entry there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Um, but otherwise, similar deal. Your title, your subtitle, your description. But over in the dates slash options, you can add the different dates that you are hosting birthday parties. So if I come into April 5th here, I have one available at this time. It costs this much, and we're setting the capacity at one so that we're not double booking any parties. Only one
Okay.
person can buy that birthday party for themselves. Um, and then when someone books a birthday party, we actually can come in and we can edit this information so that we can take RSVPs for that party now. Um, so now that someone's booked it, say this is Deku's birthday party. And now I want the RSVPs to be free. I don't want people to have to pay to come to his birthday party. And we might set the capacity to
All right, hold on
21.
1 second here.
Sure, sure.
Take me back to this. Okay, so
Mhm.
someone registered for this April 5th event.
Correct. So someone
What?
bought this event. Mhm.
Someone bought this event. What are you doing now?
So now what I'm doing is I'm opening up the event so that all of the guests for that birthday party can also register for the event. So if I've got a waiver I need them to sign to participate in events in the school, they're signing that. Plus, I'm getting all of their contact information later to follow up with them as leads to potentially join our program themselves.
Yeah, automation thing. This is very important here. Okay, so let's set this to 25, save this, and you're gonna rename this too, right? You're gonna
Yep. So I
rename this
renamed it
to
to Deku's
Deku's
birthday
birthday
party.
party. So
Yep.
save that. How
And
do
then
I?
I'm gonna make it private.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, right? I don't
Yep.
want other people to see this, so you're gonna make it private.
Correct. So now, like on the app, the public URL, etc., they're just going to see these ones that are still open with one slot for someone to actually book the party itself. So now Deku's birthday party has its own private URL that I can share with the birthday host, and then they can give that to their guests so they can RSVP because it also shows on the public point of
Can you show me that? Can you click the event
mhm.
URL there? Yeah.
And then because it also shows on the public point of sale, you can take RSVPs in person still for anyone who didn't register in advance.
The
But now
staff, you
in,
mean, right? Yeah. The staff,
yes,
public point of sale one.
sorry,
Yeah,
yes,
the
the
staff.
staff point of sale.
Yeah.
So
And you
here,
can change a button here, right? Instead of add to cart, you
yep,
say RSVP.
RSVP. Yep, exactly.
That's right. So let's go back. Let's do this fully here. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back down, call to action text. You're not registering, you're RSVPing at this point. So this serves as a really good way to run your birthday party because then parents are like, oh, perfect. I don't, I can send an email or text to my friends so they can join, right? When you load this, it's RSVP. You can ask for a picture and really go detail here, and I recommend this. Change the picture to Deku's picture, right? Ask the parents like, hey, on the event page, can I ask for a picture that you like to see? So that, when their friends open this up, they see Deku's face on there. And these little personalization really adds on to the quality of your program. These are small little things that we can do, but I recommend for you to do that. Okay. And then this is really important because once they RSVP, you now have a registration for the event. So let's go to the event. So let's just pretend there's 20 people coming to Deco's party. Okay. All right. How do we manage this, Megan?
Mhm.
Um, let's go back to the details here. So here, I want to see the people that have RSVP for Deku's party because I want to um market to them.
Mhm.
Okay. So how do I do this?
So just like we did with the belt test, we're going to go view our participants here,
Okay.
and it'll break down for me again. What are the different ones? And I want Deku's, so I'm going to hit view participants,
Great.
and then I'm going to
And
not
now,
search. There we go.
okay. So here, this is a really good filter I want you guys to really kind of focus on and use for every single event, right? Let's click the filter option.
Mhm.
In addition to the filter that you have, let's go down to program registration and then has not registered for anyone on my program. Continue, continue, right? And click, yeah. So filter that real quick here. So here, it will automatically filter out everybody who's in Deku's party that is not in a membership, right? This is really easy. Here, if you can just click the top and Bill, thanks so much for saying that system that's working well for you. Here, now I can go click mobile message or email and do my invite, right? Um, Above and beyond this, so that's how you kind of market to them, like maybe after the birthday party and say, hey, thanks so much for joining. Just to let you know, here's a link for you to join our free trial. And since you attended Deku's party, we're gonna give you a free uniform. If you register by this date, you gotta put a date on that, right? Don't give out free stuff without having them commit for something. Um, so that's really important, right? But even before the birthday party, I recommend to start marketing to them way before, right? So let's go to automations real quick here. I'm gonna tie this in. How 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 would I be able to market to anyone who comes to whatever birthday party to like learn more about a program, Megan? How would you recommend for me to set up this automation?
So there's actually a template for post-event upsell here. So I'll
I don't
edit
want to
that
go post. I don't want to go. I want to go pre.
pre. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just create a new campaign then.
Yep.
So automation type um, can do it by registration date if we want to base it on when they sign up, or we
Yep.
can base
Yep.
it on the start
Exactly.
date.
I
Yeah.
want to shoot them a message right when they register to
Mhm.
learn about our
Yep. Then
program.
we can do by
Okay.
registration date, and then you'll select event. So in this case, it's the birthday party's event.
Okay.
Automation start time is just for any action that's not executed immediately. What time would you want that to send? So I just recommend picking a time when you're open. So if they want to get in touch with you after they get the communication, they can. And then entry conditions and actions is where we build out what we want the system to actually do. Um, this top option here, exclude previously registered participants who have canceled. Won't matter too much when we're sending something right when they register. But if you are sending something based on maybe the event start date or the event end date, then you can exclude anybody that canceled before the event started or ended.
Okay.
And then workflows is where we can build this out here. So if I want to include just Mary's birthday here.
Oh, I would do all, right? I would select all because I'm
Yes,
going to do
but
this for everybody, right?
mhm.
Okay. And this will even add new event dates that you add to the system. So when you select all and you add five more dates after your automation is set up a month ago or like 3 months from now, it will also include them in that, right?
Hmm.
So I want to make sure we understand that. Okay. What
Hmm.
is the after 0 days event registration date? What options do I have there? What
Sure.
does that
So you
mean?
can do it after they've registered a certain number of days, or you can do it on their
On. So
event
in this case,
registration.
I want on, right?
Hmm. Yep. So then it
I
would
want it
send
to
right when they
happen.
register.
Yeah. Okay. So let's click a new action here.
Hmm.
So here's my workflow number one, and I'm going to send them, let's say a mobile message is always the best, but I want to click an email as well. And there it is. You want that, click that button, execute action immediately. Okay. So then right when whoever registered for Deku's party, the system is going to send it on registration date, which is today, and it's going to send this immediately, regardless of what happens. Okay. So this is really important for us to do that. Okay. So let's X that. So again, you can do a myriad of different things about here, right? Create
Hmm.
another workflow that says 1 day after registration date, etc. for
Hmm.
marketing purposes. But typically, I just want to send one. I don't want people
Yes.
to be like, my God, like you gotta. I just want
And
to come to Deku's birthday party, you know?
and you can use
Um,
the workflows as well to segment different types of messages. So,
mm,
kind of like how we could filter who already had a membership and who didn't. We can also do that here on the automation level. So,
yeah,
at registration, if they are a member of any of my programs, I want them to get just kind of a thank you for RSVPing message. But if they're not a member of any of my programs, maybe I want to send them more of an actual promotional message. So you can segment that on
yeah.
different workflows as
Really,
well.
really, really important there, right? So our automation system is really powerful in this way when it comes to events, right? For you to get new leads. So if you're doing events in our system and you're getting leads in, and by the way, like if you're running events, it should not be for you to make money off your event cost. It should be for you to get new members, right? I just want you to understand that. Like, forget about the 100, $200 you're going to get. Think about the thousands of dollars you're going to make with the new member instead. Just change that mindset and you're going to have a lot of success and you're going to want to run a lot of events, right? Use that hookah bar next to you, right? If you're running an adult program, like get people, instead of spending thousands of dollars on Google ads for clicks, spend the thousands of dollars to invest back into creating free events that are really powerful for your members. And then ask your members to bring in friends. You're going to get a lot more retention that way, right? And you're going to get a better business. At Encourage, at our 5 location, which averages $1 million, by the way, last year in growth, we spent a total of $1,200 in ads across all 5 locations. Everything is just, I'm talking about pay ads, magazine, flyers, Google, Facebook. We spent $1,000. That's it in all of 2024. Well, we do spend a lot of money into our events. Okay, so that's kind of what I want to point out because these automations and things are really targeting those leads that should be coming in. I know we're at time right now, and I can go more about that, but really important for us to do that. Megan, quickly, what about reminding people that the event's coming up? Like, what automations do I have? And we'll close out here.
So there's a template for an event reminder. So I'll just click into that one, but you're basing it off of their start date rather than the registration date. And again, just picking an event here, picking that start time, entry conditions. So this time for the workflows, instead of registration date, it's start date. So I can do on, after, or before their start date. So if I want to
Yeah,
remind them, it would be before and, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, however soon before the event starts, you can trigger the SMS or maybe I want to do an email,
perfect,
um,
perfect. Yeah.
like that.
All right. Um, okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I know I see questions here. It looks like we may want to do another one, or if you have these questions, kind of bump that to our support team, right? Shoot us a quick message into our support team. Megan's in the office right there. She can direct an answer right back to you. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. That's going to be on Monday at 3 p.m. with Jen. Okay. So any questions you have here that we have not answered, shoot in that chat right now. Megan's in the office with all of her support team. We'll get an answer out for you. Okay. Just let them know, hey, I was in the webinar with Megan and two, had a question. Here it is. Can you give me a way to do this? And we can hook you up. All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks, guys.